The leaps and bounds that we've seen in marine outboards has been nothing short of amazing. From reliability, speed, weight, and fuel efficiency, these motors have become the modern way of powerboating. Slowly, they're making it harder and harder to justify buying anything else other than outboards as your means of power. Inboards and IOs have their pros to it, but it's only a matter of time before those pros get wiped out by the constant innovation of the outboard motors. What's up guys, it's Life Offshore. If you like this video and like the marine world, drop a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions, follow me on Instagram and DM me at life.offshore. Today we'll be talking about Mercury 600 outboards and if I think they're worth it. I've seen a lot of misconceptions with this motor. I don't think people understand what the motor was made for. It's not a racy motor like the 300R or 450R. This is, however, a pretty high performing motor for very big center consoles and yachts. In my opinion, this is a better option than inboard outboards or diesel motors for these bigger boats. It gives you the option to draft in shallower water and options to have more storage or potentially more cabin space than having diesels or other inboard options. The beauty about the 600s are the 2-speed transmission, which I believe is a good thing, but on the same token, it could possibly be a bad thing. And I'll get into that later on in the video. But honestly, it's going to allow the boat to be great out of the hull and on a plane. Another thing is, if you compare it to diesels, the top end speed and the cruise speed will increase significantly, since on a traditional diesel powered boat between 40 and 60 feet, you'll be running twin diesels. Depending on the size of the boat, you can put up to 4 600 Mercuries in the back. For example, Formula's new 50-foot yacht is powered by 4 of them. That boat topped out in the high 60s. That's a 44,000 pound boat that wasn't designed for speed and is still getting incredible performance numbers. Another thing is, for boats like HCB's 65 footer, is that it no longer will need 5 or 6 outboards. With triple 600s, it will get better fuel efficiency and less headaches. We all know that more motors equals more problems. For those of you who don't know the price of this motor, it'll be starting at $77,000 each. It might seem like a lot, but these motors aren't targeted for the average American. These are high-end luxury motors that are being put on very big boats. So the extra price tag, even though it seems like a lot, these people that put 5 or 6 outboards, now they can get away with just putting 3 of them or maybe 4. So it's not that big of a price jump. Another interesting thing is that the motor doesn't move for steering. Only the lower units turn. So it gives extra space on the bracket that they sit on. I would love to see a pair of these motors on a boat like a Freeman or one of those big fishing catamarans. A 37 Freeman that has quad 300 Yamahas can now just put 2 twins and that's it. Now let's talk about some of the bad. I'll start off with all the new technology. To us, it's all uncharted territory. We don't know how reliable those lower units are. We don't know how long they'll last or how long they'll last until they start giving any problems or major problems at all. For example, Yamaha has been around for a long time, so when buying a Yamaha, we already know the reliability of it. Let's say Yamaha comes out with a new technology that no one's really tried out in the marine world. We might be skeptical. Same thing with these Mercs. Although Mercury isn't as known as Yamaha when it comes to reliability, the performance knocks it out of the park. But Mercury's have been becoming a lot more reliable. So I don't know if these 600s might backtrack it and start becoming a problem. A lot of people complain about the 300Rs and the 450R that they have lower unit problems. The thing is that the way people run those boats is those lower units are constantly coming in and out of the water. That's why they're race motors. You know, when they're on a cat, chances are every time you go out, the lower unit's gonna come in and out of the water, which is the worst thing you can do for a lower unit. So that's why people have been complaining about Mercury having lower unit problems. It's not because they have problems, it's because people cannot drive them and keep them in the water. The worst thing you can do, like I said, is airing those lower units out constantly. But these 600s, if they're gonna have a problem, I think it's gonna be because of the 2-speed transmission, but possibly not. Like I said, it's a lot of unknowns with this motor. Maybe it runs into problems and a lot of warranty claims, and possibly Mercury starts becoming more and more picky with the warranty claims if the motor doesn't hold up like they're expecting to. To answer my question, do I think these motors are worth it? Yes, I do. Just because I said that having new technology could be a bad thing, doesn't mean for sure it will be a bad thing, because these motors could come out and be great. I would prefer to put 3 of these outboards than to put 5 425 Yamahas. The performance will be better, the fuel efficiency will be better. But that about wraps it up for this video, guys. I know it was short. You know I like to keep the video short and straight to the point. But until next time, you can catch me offshore.